and that's all I remember.
Okay. So we've done parts of speech, we did articles, and we did the writing task, essay, task 2 for IELTS.
IELTS modules. Yes, ma'am.
Correct. So now what we are going to do today is a little bit of grammar, and then we will continue with the IELTS task. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So we all know, okay, that last time we did parts of speech. So can you tell me what are the parts of speech that we did last time? What all parts of speech did we do?
Can I?
Yes, please, Ketan.
The first one was the noun. Second was the verb, adverb. Then the all I remember.
Okay, nouns,
Just
verbs,
this.
adverbs,
Pronoun.
pronoun. Then Lalit.
Yes, ma'am.
Wha- Can you add some more parts of speech?
Yes, ma'am. Noun, pronoun, adverb, verb.
That all has been said. The next one. Yogesh, you want to add to it?
Ma'am, interjection.
Interjection, yes.
Then verb.
Verbs are said.
Then
Conjunction,
Conjunctions,
conjunction
yes.
also.
Correct. So,
preposition,
conjunction. Prepositions,
Preposition.
yes. Good. One is left. Mayur, you want to add?
Determiner.
Mayur is there? Mayur?
Ma'am, ma'am, adverb,
Adverb is said already.
adjective,
Perfect. Good. Adjective. So, nouns, pronouns, adjectives, verbs, adverbs, prepositions, conjunctions, and interjections. These are all are parts of speech. Now, we are going to do one more thing today. Okay, is singular and plural forms of nouns, because it is very important, because you guys have a habit of adding s to anything that makes it plural, but that is not the case. Okay, if you know the rules of converting the singular into the plural, then you will not make spelling mistakes. Apart from that, okay, it's going to help you. I have seen when a lot of people, when they speak, okay, they talk about, they make every word as plural form. So and that is not correct English. So we need to learn that when is it plural, when is it singular, what are the verbs later on that we use with singular and plural forms, and then we will move on to tenses. Okay, so let's see how much time we have, and how we are able to move on. A quick questions I will be asking, so that we are clear with our concepts of parts of speech, because parts of speech are our ingredients to learn the English language, and it is very important for IELTS exam. Isha, can you tell me what's a noun? It's just a recap we are doing. Isha is there? Isha?
Hello. Yeah,
Hi,
ma'am.
Isha. Can you tell what's a noun?
A noun can be a person, place, or thing.
Okay, can you give some example of a person?
Um, in a sentence or just a name
No,
or
just a word.
just a word. If I say my name Isha, it's a proper noun.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I indicate any place like New York, then it's a noun.
Okay, what about a common noun? If I have to ask you what's a common noun, then
Then we can say table. It's a common noun.
mm-hmm.
Which kind of table we are not specifying. So
Correct. How about a place?
a place. A place is a proper noun if we are specifying the place name then.
Mm-hmm. What about a common noun in terms of place?
Garden, which
Mm-hmm.
garden? Or restaurant, then
Okay,
hospital, school,
good. What about a person? A common noun for a person.
teacher, music player,
Mm-hmm.
then doctor, soldier.
Great. So, have you all understood what's a noun, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Now, Ketan, please tell me what's a proper noun.
Sorry, madam.
What is a proper noun?
Specific name like
Mm-hmm.
uh, Golden Gate Bridge is located in California. So Golden Gate is the particular or specific name of that bridge.
Correct. What about a person?
For a person,
Mm-hmm. If I say
uh,
what's a proper noun in terms of a person, then
it may be it will be replaced by I, me, or
no,
he or she.
no, that's not a proper noun. Isha just explained right now that she said, my name is Isha.
Okay, particular name.
Perfect. So, if giving a special name to anything is going to be a proper noun. So, a name given to a person, say, my name is Nazia. So, Nazia is a proper noun. Your name is Ketan. So, Ketan is a proper noun. Clear?
Proper noun. Yes.
Good. Now, Deepak, please tell me what's a
Yes,
pronoun?
ma'am. Pronoun is a word which is used in place of noun.
Mm-hmm. Example.
Example like he is looking handsome. So he is pronoun like he is pronoun.
Correct. Dhaval, what's a verb?
Yes, ma'am.
What is a verb?
Verb is activity.
Activity, what activity?
Um, like do to be done.
Mm-hmm. Any action performed by a noun. Okay, any activity or an action performed by a noun is called a verb.
Verb.
Okay,
Okay.
Lalit, what's an adjective?
Yes, ma'am.
What is an adjective?
Adjective.
Yes, what's an adjective?
Is it like? Yes, is it
Anchit,
like?
Sorry,
Oh, one.
please say Lalit.
Describe a noun or a pronoun. Pronoun.
Sorry, I didn't get that. What is an adjective? Anchit Saran, you want to say? You want to add something to it?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Adjective means to describe noun or to describe noun. Let's say you are better look. So look is adjective.
Okay. Some extra information that we get, okay, for a
Yes, ma'am.
noun or the words that are describing something more about a noun are called adjectives. Okay. What are adverbs, Mayur?
Ma'am, describes how the action is performed.
Sorry.
Adverb describes how the action is performed.
Correct. Okay, it is
For
going to
example,
tell something more about a verb, or it would also tell something more about an adjective also. Now, Deepak, what's a conjunction?
Conjunction is a word which adds two sentences.
Mm-hmm.
Example like and, because, as, uh,
Okay.
like other. I don't remember this. So the conjunctions,
Okay.
I
Some
did not.
whom I have not asked. Karan. Karan, are you there? Karan, are you there? Meet. Meet.
Yes, ma'am.
What's an interjection?
Sorry.
What is an interjection?
Uh, Interjection means the words that express, let's say, bravo or
Show some kind of emotion, some expressions. Okay, words that show some emotions, expressions are called interjection. Okay, guys, it's very important that you please revise what I have done in the previous classes, because if your concepts related to the parts of speech and grammar is not clear, then I'm sorry to say, but you will not be able to achieve your score for IELTS. And if you really want to achieve your score, then your basic concepts of English should be very clear. Okay, even because when you're marking down or highlighting the keywords in listening, reading, okay, if you would not know, then it will be very difficult. Okay, so today we are going to start with singular and plural forms of nouns. So let me just quickly open up the PowerPoint presentation. There are some settings I've changed. I really don't get that. Okay. Okay. Singular and plural forms of nouns. So what do we mean by singular and plural, guys? Hello. Who will answer? Deepak?
Singular means ma'am only one, and plural
Correct.
means more than one.
Perfect. So when it's only one, then it is singular, and when it is more than one, it is plural. So nouns can be singular or plural. Do we all agree to it that nouns can be singular or plural? Maybe we are talking about one person or an animal or a place or a thing, whatever. A woman, an owl, a ship, a train, a flower. It could be anything and it could still be singular. At the same time, let's see, swing, van, slide, refrigerator, photographer, bus, comb, map, letter, bicycle. All these are nothing but they are singular nouns. Just give me a moment, huh, guys? Okay. What's wrong? God. Let me just connect my mouse. Just a moment. Okay, and what do we do when you are using singular nouns? Okay, if before a singular noun, we may use articles, which is a or an in case of a singular noun. Okay, before, if it's a vowel, then we are going to use an, that is a, e, I, o, u. Okay, any words that start with a letter a, e, I, or o or u, these are the vowels. And if they start with a, e, I, o, u, you're going to use article an. And if they are consonants, how many alphabets are there, guys? Dhaval,
Yes, ma'am.
how many alphabets are there?
26.
Wrong.
27.
Wrong.
One.
One
It's
set of alphabet and 26 letters in
perfect. So my
Yes,
question
ma'am.
yes.
was, how many alphabets are there? So alphabets is just one set, but we have 26 letters in our in the set of our alphabets. Okay, so A, E, I, O, U are nothing but they are vowels, and all the letters apart from A, E, I, O, U are consonants. And when we have a consonant, we use article A. What do we use? Article A. Now there are some rules, okay, where we do not use article an, but we might use an article A even if the word is starting with a vowel. Say, for example, uniform. So the sound of a uniform is a year sound. Okay, the ideal sound for you is year. Okay, but it's not starting with it. Okay, that's why we don't use article an, even if it is starting with a U, but we are using article a. Same way with university. Okay, it is starting with a U, but it is not giving an actual sound. So that's the reason we will use article a. Clear? Any doubts so far?
No, ma'am.
Okay, let's move to the next part. Now, when do we talk about two or more people or animal or a place or a thing, then we use plural nouns. Okay, and how do we make them plural? How are most nouns converted or moved to plurals? How do we do that? What do we add, guys?
S.
By simply adding an s at the end. See if
S
you
and
see,
S.
yes, bat, bats, star, stars, fan, fans, cap, caps, mug, mugs. So, nothing but by just adding an s, we make it plural. But there are some exceptions. Okay, so let's see what are those exceptions now. So, here we are seeing some examples, okay, of how we are converting the normal singular forms to plural forms. Who wants to read it for me? Isha, can you read?
Yes, ma'am. Um, bird, birds. Then broom, brooms. Camel, camels. Desk, desks. Doll, dolls. Then egg, eggs. Fork, forks. Game, games. Lamb, lambs. Nest, nests. Pen, pens. Photo, photos. Short, shorts.
Perfect. Except for it's not doll, it is doll, and the plural form will be dolls. It's the do sound, it's not do. It's do,
या मैम
doll.
डॉल वो जल्दी जल्दी में कभी कभी ऐसा हो जाता है
Yes, but we just have to be very careful. Okay, the reason why, because in our listening, sorry, in our speaking, all this will be a part of our evaluation. So they're going to evaluate how you pronounce, how you use the grammar. So this is going to be a part of evaluation. So we don't want to miss out on our pronunciation. Okay,
यस मैम
so it is dolls. Let's move to the next part. So now in some plurals, what do we do is up, we do not add an s, but we have to add an es to make it plural. So, what are those singular nouns where we need to add an es? So, if a word is ending with a ch, or maybe if it is ending with sh, or a s, or ss, or x, even if it has a sound also, okay, maybe if it is not like, say, fox, okay, it is ending with x, but we still get a sound of a s. So, in case the nouns are ending with ch, sh, s, ss, or x, what do we add is es at the end to make it plural. Did you get it? Any doubts, guys, so far? So, bus, it is ending with an s, and if it's more than one, it is buses, so we add an es. Same way, brush is ending with an sh, so we add an es. So it is brushes, brushes. Same way, watch, that is watch, it is ending with a ch, so it's going to be es. Same way, glass, glasses, fox, foxes. So are we clear? Guys, any doubt?
No,
Okay,
ma'am.
so I'm assuming that everybody has understood this part and I'm going ahead. Dhaval, can you read this for me, please?
Yes, ma'am. Singular, beach, beaches, branch, branches, box, boxes, church, churches, dish, dishes, dress, dresses, gas, gases, sandwich, sandwiches, witch, witches.
Perfect. Good. Let's move to the next. Now, some plural nouns, okay, end in IES. So, what are the exceptions? Okay, why do they end in IES? Nouns like these are made plural by changing Y to I and adding an ES. Now, what happens over here? See, everywhere you see there is a Y ending. So it's BUTTERFLY. So what do we do is we replace the Y with an I, and what we do is we add an ES. Got it? Butterfly, butterflies. So if FLIES. Lily is lilies, LILIES. Canary is canaries, CANARIES. Candy is candies. So what you're doing is replacing the Y with I, and then we are simply adding an ES. Clear? Okay, Pooja, can you please read this for me?
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Yes.
So baby, babies, cherry, cherries, diary, diaries, dictionary, dictionaries, fairy, fairies, family, families, fly, flies, lady, ladies, library, libraries, puppy, puppies, story, stories, and strawberry, strawberries.
Strawberry, strawberries.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See, guys, your pronunciation should come out very clear. Okay. So if it is a singular form, see to it that the singular form is coming out clearly. If it's a plural form, see to it that the plural form also comes out very clearly. Okay. Now let's move to something more to the Y part. Okay. As we have seen, okay, in the earlier, when the word was ending with Y, but mostly all the words were ending with a consonant, and that is when we were changing it to IES. But if there is a vowel before the Y, then what do you do is you simply add an S to it. What do? You simply add an S. So key, keys, tray, trays, turkey, turkeys. Okay, so in Y we have two rules. If it's a consonant, then we replace the Y with I and we add an ES. But if there is a vowel before the Y, we simply add an S. Okay, is it clear, guys? Any doubt with singular plural form for Y? Okay, I don't see any replies, so I assume that we have understood. Okay. Who will read this for me? Can you read this for me?
Yes, ma'am.
Meet, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Uh, cowboy, cowboys, days, donkeys, jerseys, kidneys, monkeys, toys, trolleys, valleys.
Okay, great. So next is if a noun ends in F. So what you do is you often change F to V and we add an ES. So what are we doing? If the noun is ending in F, then we do often is that we replace the F with a V and we add an ES. But what happens? There are some exceptions, and if you see in some exceptions, okay, wherever we are having a vowel sound or a vowel, in most of the cases before an F, okay, we add only S. So now let's see the words with ES first. Calf is calves. Who will read this for me? Okay, let me see the names. Someone can suggest me a name. Lalit. Lalit, please read. Lalit,
Yes, ma'am.
please read. Only the
Clap.
first table, okay?
Okay. Claps. F.
It is calf, calves.
Uh, half the have left the levels. Left the lives. Self the selves.
Yes, read. Lalit,
Yes, ma'am.
where are you? Read half, halves. Read the whole table.
Yeah, okay. Half.
I can't hear you. Okay, you're going to repeat behind me, okay? Calf, calves. Lalit, are you there?
Calf.
Elf, elves.
Elves. Half.
Half, halves.
Halves. Left.
Leaf, not lefts.
Leaf.
It's leaf,
Uh, leaves.
leaf.
Leaves.
No, behind me. Leaf,
Leaves.
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 Loaf,
Left. Loaf.
loaves.
Loaves.
Shelf,
Self.
shelves.
Selves.
Thief,
Thieves.
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 Wolf,
Wolf. Wolves.
not wolves, wolves.
Wolf. Wolves.
Yes, better. Okay, next can be Deepak. Sorry. Deepak,
Yes, sure, ma'am. Uh, thief, thieves. Uh, chief, cliffs, handkerchiefs, roof, serifs.
okay, it is chef, chefs. Chief, chiefs. Cliff, cliffs. Handkerchief, handkerchiefs. Roof, roofs. Sheriff, sheriffs. If it's plural, it should be clear enough, okay, that you are saying a plural word.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, but better. Come on, next. So some words that end in F, the plural can be spelled in two different ways. So how? Okay, it's both are right. Dwarf, dwarfs or dwarfs. So whether you add an S or you add an VES, it's fine. Same way with hoof, it's whether you add s is also right, hoofs or hooves is also right. Scarf, you add an s or you add an ves, both is fine. Clear? Now, if some words are ending in fe, what you do is you change the f to v and you add an s. Okay, so what do? Is you change F to V and you add an ES. So knife, knives, life, lives, wife, wives. But there is an exception to giraffe where you only add an S to make it plural. So it's only ones, okay, and those kind of words you can always remember. Any doubt so far with what we have done, guys?
No, ma'am.
Sure?
Sure.
Okay. Now, if the nouns are ending with an O, what you do is only you add an S to it. So, hippo, hippos, video, videos, a zoo, zoos. That's it. And there is no other exception. So, when the noun is ending with a O, what you add is only an S. But with some nouns that end in O, you add an ES to form the plural. So now let's see in what cases this is happening. Tomato, potato, a hero. So in most of the cases, if you see, okay, what is happening is that before an O, it's always a consonant. So that is why we are adding an ES. So flamingo, flamingos, a tomato, tomatoes, a potato, potatoes, a hero, heroes. Okay, so with some nouns that end in O, you can add either S or ES to form plural. So for mangoes, but mostly, okay, we follow like the ES pattern and we don't follow the S pattern. But generally it is perfectly fine even if you add an es or you add an s, it does not matter, but we go as per the pronunciation. So generally in those pronunciations what we add is an es. Okay, now some plurals don't follow the s rule, nor they don't also follow es or ies rule. Okay, they follow a very different form, like a mouse, mice, foot, feet, goose, geese. So these are the very different forms like child, children, man, men, ox, oxen, tooth, teeth, woman, women. Here they don't have any pattern to be followed, but they are altogether very differently formed. Clear? Some plural forms are the same as the singular nouns. So some reindeer is reindeer, fish is fish. We don't say fishes. Is fish is fish. Sheep is sheep. Bison, bison, deer, deer. So now let's see an exception over here. You can use fishes as the plural of fish when you are talking about different kinds of fish, all the fishes of the Pacific Ocean. But if I want to talk about one particular fish and the same particular fish is always fish, it is never fishes. More than one species together is going to be fishes, but it would never be apart from that. Clear? Guys, are you getting the singular plural forms?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to give a test.
मैडम
Yes?
ऐसा नहीं होता कि जो अभी आपने लास्ट स्लाइड में दिखा कि
Hmm.
एक फिश को फिश कहते हैं और ग्रुप ऑफ फिश को भी फिश कहते हैं,
Mm-hmm.
तो उसकी जगह हम उसका पर्टिकुलर नेम होता है वो यूज नहीं कर सकते, जैसे कोई वन हर्ड ऑफ शीप उसको कोई पर्टिकुलर नेम हो, या फिर
सी एक पर्टिकुलर नेम होगा. If I am giving a particular name, okay, then it's going to be a proper noun.
ओके.
But if you see the picture of the fish, okay, you see the same that the fishes are of same type. एक
यस.
सिंगल फिश जो है वो भी वैसी है जैसी कि बहुत सारी फिश है.
यस.
Okay, so the type is same. So in that case, we say it's a fish. But when I say different types of fishes, see in the picture, do you see all mixed type of fishes are there? Those अलग अलग type of species are there.
यस.
Okay, तो उसमें हम fishes बोल सकते हैं.
ओके.
Okay, there will be one more clarity. Okay, sometimes, okay, even the plural forms are singular forms and singulars are plurals. Say, for example, spectacles or glasses, the one that you wear. Okay, you don't wear your glasses or your spectacles only in one eye. Okay, you always wear it in a both your eyes.
यस.
I don't have one eye, I have two eyes. Okay, so it is automatically a plural form. So, same
यस.
way, okay, something which you cannot bifurcate or you cannot divide, but it would always go in a pair, then it will always be a plural form.
ओके.
Yeah. Can you
यस.
read what is there on the screen? Let's read some examples over here in white. Say word file, pants, pajamas. Can you read that please for me?
Specifically me.
Yes, specifically you.
Yeah. The first one is pants, pajamas, shorts, trousers, sandals, scissors, slippers, stockings, and spectacles.
Spectacles.
Spectacles, sorry.
Yes, good. And can you also read from here noun singular by using a pair of? So let's read that.
A pair of binoculars, a pair
Mhm.
of spectacles, a pair of goggles, a pair
Mhm.
of jeans, a pair of shorts, and a pair of pliers.
Pliers. Perfect. So, because they cannot go a single, they will always be in a pair, and that's when it is always going to be plural, and that's why we say a pair. Okay, can you say, do you listen to news? News सुनते हो? Guys, समाचार सांभळो છો?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So, what do we
Yes, ma'am.
call it in English? What do
A
you call
news channel.
समाचार in English? It's news, correct?
New.
એક ન્યૂઝ મળે તો બી ન્યૂઝ છે, 10 ન્યૂઝ મળે તો બી ન્યૂઝ છે. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
In the same way, what about a series? Lightning series hoy?
Yes.
Okay, so do you say a single light or do you say it's a series of lights? Series.
Series.
Yeah,
Series.
perfect. So can you say Siri, Siri? Can you say Siri? No. Though it has a lot of lights in one. Okay, you say series. अगर एक light हसे एमा तो भी you will say series only. So in this way, the singulars will be singulars still even in spite of being plural. And same way it goes with the plurals also. Clear? Clear? Any doubts with singular and plural forms, guys?
No, ma'am.
Great. So we are going to do a small exercise. And before, just give me a minute before I share. And I want you to do that exercise because it's very important. And I want you to do that. And I am going to check. Everybody is going to post that in the WhatsApp, okay? You're going to write your answers and you will send it to me in WhatsApp later. Just give me a moment. Guys, at times I know that we might be going too slow, but I have to keep in mind even those who are weak with English language. I know that our aim is definitely to work. Okay, it's definitely with regards to doing the IELTS part. Okay, but then we have to also uh, bear in mind that we have some other people also in the class who are not up to that mark, and we might have to go sometimes a bit slow, but I'm sure we will be able to cope up with our time frame, so do not worry. Some these exercises are definitely going to help you, so don't mind. Okay, window and cancel. Okay, can you see what's there on the screen, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is my screen very clear enough?
No, ma'am.
Slide
Now
zoom કરી પડે ma'am.
हाँ मैं zoom જ કરી છે. Now is it clear? Is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Better?
ma'am.
Okay, or maybe. Okay, now is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, so please do this exercise. Come on, quickly. I will give you like I think 10 minutes is enough. Are we done, guys?
No, ma'am.
Okay, quick. We have 4 more minutes.
Ma'am? Hello, ma'am.
Yes, tell me.
Ma'am, in B part, we have only 9 blanks, right?
Yes, mostly. Let me just check, yeah, quickly. I think it's 9. No, 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 no. We have more.
Ma'am, if everyone is done, so can we scroll up?
It's 14 blanks. Are we all done, guys? With the top A section? So we can do the B section.
No, madam.
Ma'am, it's okay. I can see it's visible.
It's visible, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good.
Ma'am, can we opt only to write the answer in the B part?
Yes, you can do only the answers. It's fine. I cannot check your answers, okay, on this screen. So for that, for that, you are going to WhatsApp me your sheets, okay, your answers with your name. And I will give individual feedback later on when I am done with this session later in the day. Okay? But I'm going to keep a tab of everyone's performance. So see to it that you are doing it very genuinely.
Ma'am,
Yes?
ma'am, in part A, I have in half part I have written the questions, but in the other half I have not, because at that moment I forgot that I have to send this to you. So is it okay?
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry.
Okay, ma'am.
Can we done, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, or you want me to discuss the answers? I think we can discuss the answers in the next session, and I'm going to check the answers for you. Or maybe I can check it right away. It's fine. Let's be honest, okay? Church, churches. So it will be ES.
Yes.
Kimono. What's a kimono, guys? Do you know what's a kimono?
Kimonos.
A
Kimono.
bird.
No,
No.
ma'am.
Japanese
A
dress.
Japanese traditional
Japanese traditional dress.
Perfect. It's a Japanese traditional dress
Men के women में.
for women. Of course, the
Women.
women are more in fashion, unlike the men. So
Okay, okay,
story,
guys.
stories. So why? So you're going to replace it with IES. Hero, heroes. So HEROES. Box is boxes.
Boxes.
ES. Yes. Buffalo, BUFFALOES.
Yeah.
Buffaloes. Tax.
Taxes.
So what will we add?
Yes.
Perfect. Moto.
Potatoes.
No potatoes. What is potatoes? What's a moto? Moto.
Motors. S.
Perfect. S.
Motos.
Hmm.
Yes.
Then dancer. It's
Ma'am.
an
Dancer.
Hello,
S.
ma'am.
Yes.
Dancer.
मैम ES भी लगा नहीं सकते हैं.
सॉरी आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है क्लियर.
मोटो मोटोस.
स्पेलिंग आपने क्या लिखी है?
MOTTO. ES.
ES भी चलेगा और S भी चलेगा. बोथ आर करेक्ट. मैंने एक्सेप्शन दिया था कि कुछ कुछ स्पेलिंग्स में ES भी करेक्ट है और S भी करेक्ट है. बट जनरली वी फॉलो what is very common. So generally for moto we add only an S. So यहाँ पे सिर्फ S को add करेंगे. Okay. Boy, boys. So we add an S. Girl, girls. We add an S. Instrument is an S
Instrument.
again. Instruments. So S. Day, days. Okay, who else will answer? Let's. Who's the first person in the list because I cannot see the screen. Just a moment, okay? I'm just gonna do one trick. So I have to stop sharing the screen and I can look at people. Perfect. Okay, now I can see people. Dhaval, what is the plural form of canoe?
Canoe થશે માં.
Spelling?
CANOE.
Mm-hmm.
Canoes.
So what do you add?
S.
Perfect. Paper. Mayur.
Papers, ma'am. PAPER.
PAPER. What is it? PAPER? I cannot hear.
RS, ma'am.
Perfect. Deepak. Mango.
Mangoes. Add es.
MNGOES.
Es.
Yes. Ketan. The next word, please.
IES. I added IES, taxes.
Taxis. No, I is there, so it's only S.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Uh, Puja. Class.
Yes, ma'am.
Class.
Class.
What is the
ES.
plural?
Added ES.
Perfect.
Class.
Yes. Then meet. Meet. Video. Meet Kumar.
Yes, ma'am. Videos. Yes.
What is the plural form of video?
Videos. Ending with ES.
ES.
Yes.
Videoes. Karan. The next word, please. Baby.
Yes.
Baby. What do you add?
IES.
Perfect. Next is going to be Isha. What about cargo?
Cargoes. S.
Uh, Lalit. Zero. Lalit. Lalit, are you there?
Zeros. S
So
लागશે.
spelling. S लागছে खाली
Yes.
S लागছে.
हाँ ES लागશે madam. Sorry.
Yes. Great. Okay, so guys, rest.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am. OS and ES both will work, right? For
For
zero.
zeros, yes. OS and S both will work. Fox is foxes. ES. Watch is ES again. Watches. Volcano is volcanoes. NOES.
Volcano.
Carrot
Yes.
is S.
Volcanoes.
Carrots. Peacock is peacocks. S. Pilot is S again. Pilots. Singer is S again. Singers. Streets is S.
Streets.
Yes. Songs is S. Bank is banks. It's
Bank.
S.
Bank.
S. Ruler is again RULERS. Rulers. Then candy is candies. IES. Sashes. SASHES. Car is cars. We had an S. Oxes is OX. What do we do?
Yes.
Yes. Are you sure?
Ox.
Send.
Okay, it's going to be a different form, guys.
Exception.
No
EN.
exception. It's going to be EN. Oxen. Oxen. Okay. Ox is going to be oxen. Fish is
Fish.
fishes or fish. Okay. Phone is phones. We had an S. Doctor is again an S. We had an S only. Computer is an S again. Backpack is an S again. Friend is friends. S again. Tomatoes is ES.
Yes.
Chef is
Shape.
again S. Not chef, it's chef.
Shapes.
Yes. Then we have person, persons.
Persons.
Okay, speaker is speakers. So S again.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, here in person we can use people too, right?
Person, people also. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. People we.
People also we can. Dragon is dragons. Cactus is cactus. Family is families. Holiday is holidays. YS. Zebra is zebras. S. Books is S. Clear? Anchit, I forgot. I forgot you. So you didn't say that you have forgotten me, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So number one, blank for you. Come on. The dash are happy because they have got new dash.
Girls, girls
New
and toys.
perfect. So these are the dash to school. These are the ways to school. Angie has candies. My mother has mangoes. My glasses, that is ES for the sun. That is the dash bus. That is the
Yes.
bus to school. No ES is, and that is the buses. No, you cannot change it as per the sentence. It just has to be a singular. So if it has to be changed to bus, it will be buses. BUSES.
S. Bus.
She is in 10 photos. So spelling of photos is just an S.
S.
Then Tony is 2 years old. My grandfather has three radios. S.
S.
There, these are my book stories. So STORIES stories. These are your keys. So KEYS. The map has hundreds of countries. So it's TRIES. I have many wishes for Christmas. Those are new computers. We just had an S. So clear? Are we clear, guys? With singular and plural nouns? Hello.
Yes,
Do
ma'am.
we have any doubts?
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, I want to say something on this. Uh,
Yes, tell me.
Ma'am, you have taught us the exercises, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
given us this task. But what I
Mm-hmm.
found that while writing these answers, I was using my experience of this because it's not what you have taught and I have written. It's just what I remember about it. So it's just what we catch on this, right? It's if you tell us that this is if you tell us the rules, then it won't be like we won't be able to remember each and every rule. It's just experience by what we have seen, what we have heard of. It comes. So
Mm-hmm.
this is what I felt about this exercise.
Isha, have you done your schooling from English medium?
Yes, ma'am.
See that, and as you have done your schooling from English medium, so you're very used to the language.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
this is how when I was in school, I don't even remember if my teacher had taught me these rules. Okay, I don't remember these rules. But now as a teacher, when I am teaching you guys, and that's when I am realizing that okay, this is some easy way to learn your singular and plural forms. And as even now when I see my children studying, okay, one
Because
is in grade 2 and one is in grade 7, so even they are being taught with these tricks nowadays, that this is how you can convert the singulars into the plural forms.
yes, ma'am. But you just told us some exceptions, right? So they are also like that. If we have known these exceptions earlier, then we can do much better than if we are learning now, because it is not easy to remember each and every rule of it. So,
See, but there are only 4 or 5 rules, okay? And that's the reason I tell you guys,
ma'am, but
okay,
with
that
with the rules also we are having exceptions, right? So to remember rules plus exceptions, it would be a hectic task.
see, exceptions are very less. Okay, exceptions are very less. And for you, as you have already done your schooling in English medium, so it's not a difficult task for you. But say for students, okay, who are from a Gujarati medium background, okay, they need some trick to remember, okay, how we can do it. Okay, so this is nothing but they are some kind of tricks and these are some basic rules. Okay, exceptions are also very less.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
But
exceptions are
ma'am,
also
I am
very
just,
less.
I'm not telling that you don't teach these rules. I'm just telling if you teach, if you are teaching these rules to like all of them also, right? They won't be able to remember the rules, but it will come with experience. The like, I'm what I'm saying is, it will only come with experience because something, you know. Actually, what I'm trying to say, maybe it is not conveying to you. So I
Maybe it
don't
is
know.
not an experience, but it's practice, to be
Yeah, ma'am.
very
Maybe
honest.
practice, or just we have seen it, or just we have heard of this sounds on. So maybe that is why we are. That is why these sounds are embedded in our mind. So maybe for that reason we can score, or we can improve on practice,
You
not
know,
just rules.
when I was in school, I had never thought, okay, that I would ever teach grammar. Because when I was in school, I did not like the grammar. I did not like it at all. So, but now when I am teaching and you come across something that you don't like, is something comes first in your way and you have to do it. You don't have any choice. And right now I am teaching English, I'm teaching IELTS, I'm teaching PT, and this is all for my livelihood.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
you know what happens is like some, as I told you in the very first class, that grammar cannot be taught, it can only be caught. This is what my teacher taught me.
Yes, ma'am. That is
Okay,
what
the
I'm
reason,
saying. Because right, when I was taking up this exercise, if I was thinking what you have taught, then I was not able to answer because it was not easy to remember everything, right? So it.
see, for you, it's not a question at all, okay? But let's think of other guys. Okay, say like student guys, please don't mind if I have to take some student's name. Okay, I'm just trying to know every student. But so far, with little bit of conversation that I have come across, okay, say like student like Lalit. Okay, he is from a Gujarati medium background, is what I feel. So for him, this tricks will work. Maybe this tricks will work in a much better way later on when he is practicing. He will not have to struggle. Okay, that how will I make a singular into a plural? He will be able to try. He will be able to remember these things later on also if he is constantly practicing.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
let's
I got
move
your point, but
to the next part. Okay, because this we all might not come down to the same understanding. Okay, but as a teacher, I have to be very careful with each and every student. Okay, that their concepts are being clear. I can straight away go to IELTS. Okay, and if I go straight away to IELTS, trust me, for few you will, we will see some dropouts because they will not understand what is going on in the IELTS class. Because in the reading, okay, the language is going to be really very difficult. Maybe for those who are from an English medium background, for you it no, might not be very difficult. Okay, but for the rest it could be very difficult. So we have to keep in mind everyone. Okay, let's start with the next session. Okay, we are already done with our singular plural forms. Now let's talk about before the tenses. Okay, before we even go to the tenses, there is something that we change in the tenses, okay, to change it to the past or present or future. So which part in a sentence do we change in a sentence for the tenses? Which part of speech do we change? Ketan, are you there,
Yes,
Ketan?
madam. Yes, madam.
Which part of speech do we change?
A verb.
Good. So do we know how many types of verbs are there?
Verb and adverb.
But generally we will change the verb, okay, in the tenses.
Yes, madam.
So what part of tense, what part, okay, in how many types of verbs are there?
Sorry, madam.
Okay, there
I don't
are
remember it.
regular verbs, there are irregular verbs, there are modals. Do we know? Auxiliary verbs, gerunds. These are all different types of verbs, and these all can be changed, okay, for changing the tense. But mostly what we would change is regular and irregular verbs. Of course, gerunds and auxiliary verbs, modals, they all play a role, like can, could, shall, should. We change them. Okay, so it's not that we don't change them, but mostly the regular and irregular verbs play a very important role when it comes to tenses. Okay, so we are going to work on just try to understand a few verbs, and then we will move on to the tenses. So now, when we go to regular and irregular verbs, okay, the reason why I am doing verbs is because there is verb 1, verb 2, verb 3. Do we know that? Guys, do we know?
No, madam.
We don't know verb 1, verb 2, verb 3.
No, madam.
Okay. So, see, the base form of a verb, say run, okay? Run is the base form of the verb, and that is called verb 1. When you change it to the past form and when you change it to the past participle form, that is when it changes to verb 2 and verb 3. So past form is verb 2 and past participle form is verb 3. Clear? Now do we know what is verb 1, verb 2, verb 3?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
madam.
Great. So I'm going to quickly share my screen, and we'll do the verbs, and then let's see. I hope you guys know that the session is till 8 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So a quick share. Okay. Okay. So today we are going to focus only on regular and irregular verbs, and let's see how they help us. Okay. Now verbs have different forms, and the different forms a verb can take include the base form, the way it is listed in the dictionary, the form of past tense used alone for simple past tense. So now when I say run, ran, okay, that is the past tense. But if I want to make it to past participle, then what do we do? See, auxiliary verbs, modals are nothing, but they are supporting verbs. Okay, so we might use them to change it to a past participle form. Say, for example, will run. So, what am I doing? To make it into a past participle form, the past participle form is used always for future tense. So I will use some auxiliary verbs and some modals, okay, to change it to the past participle form. And mostly what do we do is that the present participles will be used for progressive and perfect tenses. Okay, the S form used in the third person singular pronoun case. So at times we use an, runs, he runs the race. So what are we doing? It is only for a third person and he is a pronoun. So whenever we have a combination, okay, we know that we have something called first person, second person, and third person. See, all this is very interlinked with each other. So you should be knowing what's the first person. Right now, I am talking to you guys. So I am the first person. You guys are the second person. And if you guys are talking to someone else about me, okay, then it's a third person. Are you getting what's the first person, second person, and third person, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
See, guys, I'm taking through a very basics. I know it is getting very boring for those who already have some grammar concepts very clear. But here in the group, I have been told that there are some students who are from a vernacular class of medium. So I need to cover this basics. Okay, so we will use the S form, but it does not still change the form of the verb. Okay, so we're going to do some kind of a table. So we'll do that in a next slide. Okay, and we will notice that some regular forms of verbs are following some kind of rules, whereas the irregular verbs are also using some kind of a pattern, and they might be together in terms of conjugations. So now let's see how it is. Who can read this table for me? Sorry. Isha, can you read the table for me, please?
Yes, ma'am. Base form, past tense, past participle, present participle, and S form. Talk, talked, talked, talking, talks. Have, had, having, having, has. Listen, listened, listened, listening, listens. Engage, engaged, engaged, engaging, engages. Speak, spoke, spoken, speaking, speaks. Rise, rose, risen, rising, rises. Run, ran, ran, running, runs. Eat, ate, eating, eating, eats.
Eats. And it's 8. 8. ATE 8. Okay. So now if you see, there is not a much difference in the past participle form. But past participle form is changed by adding an ed or maybe an ing. Okay. So it is in a different form at times. But past tense is always used for a past, and past participle is always used for a future. Okay, but now present participle is something when an action is ongoing, and the S form is used for activities which are very common activities in your routine. But we will do all this in detail when we do the tenses. Okay. Now, regular verbs are verbs that form their past and past participle forms by adding d or ed to the base form. So, when I say the base form means talk was a base form. So, either I will add an ed to make it a past participle form, or I would add a d depending on my spelling. Okay. So, when forming the past and past participle of regular verbs, do not make common mistake of leaving off the d or ed ending. Pay particular attention to the forms of the verbs ask, asked, ed. Attack is attacked, ed. Drown is drowned, ed. Prejudice is prejudiced. E is already there, so we add an only d. Risk is risked, so ed. Suppose is just an addition of d. Use is an addition to d. Okay. We used to live in Bakersfield. Now we used to live in Bakersfield. So see, what is the difference? Use, used. For irregular verbs, there is no formula to predict how an irregular verb will form its past tense and past participle form. There are over 250 irregular verbs in English, although they do not follow a formula. We use irregular verbs a lot when speaking, less when writing. See? So we use regular verbs a lot when we are writing, but irregular verbs we use while speaking. So if you don't know your verbs and if you don't know the proper, you know, changing it from past tense or past participle form, the usage of verbs irrelevantly or incorrectly will take away your bands. So you have to pay a lot of attention to your verbs, and especially when it comes to irregular verbs. I will be sending you the sheet of all the irregular verbs, okay, and on WhatsApp, and you can just go through and read them, and this will help you for forming your tenses. I hope you guys have gone through the material that I have sent on WhatsApp. Did you guys see? It is all what I have taught in the last classes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's move to the next part. Some of the examples of irregular verbs: break, broke, broken. See, run, ran, run. Meet, met, met. Come, came, come. Repay, repaid, repaid. Swim, swam, swum. So, for present tense, I will use swim. But for past tense, I will use swam. And past participle for future, I will use swum. So these are how, okay, the tenses for the verbs will change when we move to the tenses. So these are the forms, okay, 1, 2, and 3, verb 1, verb 2, verb 3. So base form, past form, past participle form. Clear? Guys, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts, any questions? Let's understand how we can form, okay, the past participle of regular verbs. So how do we form? By adding an E or an D. So now let's see verbs ending in E. What do we do is we add an D. So agree, agreed. Believe, believed. Cure, cured. Tie, tied. So this is one way of converting the regular verb ending with E to a D by adding an D. See, for one syllable verb ending in a vowel plus a consonant other than W, X, or Y, double the last consonant and add an ed. What do you mean by one syllable? What is a syllable, guys? Do you know what's a syllable?
No.
Okay. See, when I am saying ban, so B, B, O is a, B, N is no. So B, A, no. So every sound of a letter that I get is called a syllable. So when I say one syllable verbs ending in a vowel, so the last word N, the sound is N. Okay, so what we do is, except for W, X, or Y, all the syllables that are ending with vowel or a consonant, what we do is we double the last consonant. So the last letter is being doubled and we add an ed. Sometimes we say, how do we write filled? So we say FILED, but that is not filled, it is filed. FILED, filed. But FILLED is filled. Clear? Are you getting? So how would you convert it? By doubling the last letter and you add an ed. Okay, for some verbs ending in a vowel plus a w, what we add is a ed. So words that end with a vowel and a w, what we do is we add an ed. Okay, next is vowel plus an x, we add an ed. So we have a vowel and a x, we add an ed. Guys, this is just to go through. Okay, if it's ending with y, you add an ed. This is just a brush up. I know you guys might be knowing, but sometimes see here, if you say pay, so is payd, but what about paid, paid?
It's same,
It is
ma'am,
still
for
paid.
paid,
It is
paid.
Yes,
same as it is.
perfect. Yes, it's still the same. Okay, okay, for two syllable verbs. Okay, now two syllable means two sounds. Okay, two sounds. So when it's a two sound, what do? Is we double the last consonant and we add the ed. So erd. So what we do is last consonant we will double it and we add an ed. Okay.
Ma'am, two sound,
Yes.
two sound, two sound means
See, a, k, erd. Okay. Now c is one sound, but o
yes,
is an a sound. O, k, u is having a sound a, k, er, and r. So a, k, r. So the sound of a u and a r is a two syllable. Okay, and when you say it's a ending in a vowel plus a consonant. So if you
ma'am.
see
How
u is a
come it
vowel,
says two sound for permit? Can you tell?
permitted. I is a vowel sound and t is a consonant sound. Per, er is an sound, m is a sound, I is a e sound, short e sound, and a t is a sound. We will always go by the sounds, guys. Okay, always keep in mind that your words will always go by the sounds. So it's permit, permit, it for I is a short sound. Okay, so I is a vowel and a t is a consonant. So what we do is we double the consonant and we add the ed sound. Clear? It's called two syllable. It's clear, Isha?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The next, the verbs ending in a consonant plus y. So now we have a y, we have a consonant. So what do is we change the y to I and we add an ed. Okay. So it's cried. Defy is defied, defied. Pity is pitied. Rely is relied. Okay, now for verbs ending in IC. So change the C to CK and add an ED. So what we need to do is frolic. So FROLICKED. Okay, frolicked. Mimicked. So IC, what we do is we will change it to CK and we add an ED. Picnic, we picnicked. But hardly I have seen these words, like picnicked. I have seen the word like panicked, mimicked, frolicked, but picnicked, such a kind of word I have hardly seen in some text. Okay, but some verbs can be both regular and irregular. So that's again an exception. There could be some verbs, okay, like learn, learned, learned. Can you tell me, is it the first form, okay? Is it regular or is it irregular? Who will tell me the first form? Learn, learned, and learned. Is it regular or irregular? Ketan, any idea?
No, madam.
And why are we not having it in the form of learn, learned, learned?
Maybe writing and speaking differs.
Sorry?
Maybe writing and speaking differs for that reason.
Yes, it does differs. It does differ, but I can say he learned that in the English class. He learned that in the English class. Both are correct.
Yeah.
And in this case, you will not be, penalized as an using incorrect form of verb. But sometimes, depending on, okay, the form of the tense, we might use a regular verb or we might use an irregular verb. Okay? Some verbs change their meaning depending on whether they are regular or irregular. Okay, for example, hang, hanged, hanged is to kill or die by dropping with a rope around the neck. But hang, hung, hung to fix something, for example, a picture at the top so that the lower part is free. See, so now do you see how the meaning is changing?
Yes, madam.
So now, depending on the usage of my verb, again, I am maybe using regular or I am using an irregular verb. I cannot say he hung himself. I have to say he hanged himself. Okay, do you know what's a hung curd? Do you know what's a curd?
Yes, madam. Yes.
So you know what is hung curd? What's a hung curd?
Thick, very thick curd, without water.
It's a pure form of curd without water. Yes.
I use
Okay,
for
so we
marinade.
use this. We use for marination. We use for making shrikhand. Do you know what's a shrikhand? શ્રીખંડ ખબર છે ને બધાને?
Yes.
હા તો એના માટે આપણે યુઝ કરીએ. Okay, so the meaning also changes depending on the regular and irregular verb. Chalo, most of the following sentence contains errors in the use of past or past participle form of verb. If a verb form is incorrect, give the correct form. Won these parts order over 2 months. Come on, tell me what would be the answer for this? Dhawal, can you answer, please? What form will this be? Past or past participle? What do you have to write here? Dhawal, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me, what do you have to change it to?
Ordered. ORDERD.
Mhm. ORDER. What will be
ED.
the spelling? Yes. Then why did you say D?
What, ma'am?
First you said ORDERD. Why did you say that?
Mistake. Sorry.
Hmm. No problem. No, not a sorry.
Wherein this part
Okay, so it's
ordered.
going to be ordered. ORDERED. And in
E-
what tense is this sentence?
Past.
Yes. Before it says 2 months ago. That is why. Okay.
Okay.
Oh no, you were supposed to answer questions on both the sides of the test. Okay, the word is not highlighted, but you are supposed to change the word suppose. So it's going to be supposed. So what we do is we add an e. What do we add? Ed or d?
Only D.
Only d. Yes. Come on. You used to work for Mr. Hall's lawn service. Use. What do we have to add?
D only.
Are we
Used to.
sure?
USE.
Used. So the correct form is you used to. Good. Hadn't she checked the gas sausages? Check is the word you need to change. So what will be the answer?
ED.
Where ed? For which word?
Check.
Yes, for check. So it's going to be checked. What is one usual mistake what people say when you add an ed and it becomes in the past form? I have heard people saying checked. Hadn't she checked the gas sausages? It is not checked, it is
Check.
checked. Yes. So this is one common mistake, okay, in terms of pronunciation that you make. Before arriving in Santa Fe, the wagon train had survived every sort of hardship. So which word? Survive. What would you make it to? Survived. And we add a D. Okay. Change the verbs in the bracket into the past tense. Some are regular and some are irregular. But then we already have it here. So I forgot to amend it. Anyways, we will do this exercise later on. I will give you one exercise for verbs in the homework and you can do that. Clear? Any doubts so far with verbs, guys?
No, man.
Okay. So we will move on to the next part of grammar. Should we continue with grammar or you are tired of grammar?
Continue, ma'am.
Okay, so we'll finish with the tenses. Tenses would take one more session actually. It's going to be very next to impossible for me to finish the tenses in one go in today's day. But let's try.
Can we switch to any other module or something?
Sorry?
Can we switch to any other module?
Yes, we can move to the other module also because I see that for some people grammar is going overhead. So let's do one thing. On Saturday in the morning session, we will do tenses and then we will go ahead with some other part. And we can do the writing part. Okay, let's do even right. Okay, let's do break. People want break. Do you guys want a break? Guys, you want a break?
Just a
Ma'am.
small 10 or 5 minutes.
Okay, fine. Let's take a 5 minutes break. Okay, and then we will do the speaking part. Okay, it's very interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
So today we will do the speaking module and you guys can start practicing. Okay, come on. So take a 5 minutes break and then we start.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, welcome. Hello. Are you all back?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, so are we ready to go for the next session?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Great.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, I said we will be doing a little bit of speaking. So let's do the speaking part. I don't have the presentation, because it's just coming very upfront, straight, without any preparation for the online thing. So, anyways, like what I did last time, I had shared my screen, okay, and the word format. I will do the same thing, okay. Speaking will take uh,
Hello, madam.
yeah.
Are you sharing the screen right now?
Yes, I am
No,
sharing the screen.
it is not visible.
Wait. Now is it visible?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Great. Okay, so now IELTS is again scored out of 9 bands. Duration is 11 to 14 minutes. And there are 3 parts, okay, in your IELTS, which are being evaluated. I would say, I would say it's question types. Okay, so it's introduction, a cue card, and counter questions related to your cue card. So this is how the exam will be for the speaking part. Okay, it's introduction, it's cue card, and it's counter questions related to the cue card. Now in the introduction, they will ask you counter questions. They will ask you questions, okay? How would they ask you questions? Like they can ask you about your family, they can ask you about your studies, they can ask you about your hobbies, they can ask you about your city, your town, your house, your friends, okay, something that you like to eat, your favorite color, anything, but it could be related to your interest, okay. Any doubt, guys, in introductory questions?
No, ma'am.
So should I go ahead?
Yes.
Okay, the next part of your speaking is cue card. Cue card is nothing but a topic which is given to you. It will have around 3 or 4 questions. Say, for example, I would say, uh, your favorite restaurant. So the sub question would be, which is it? When did you visit it for the first time? Where is it located? And why is it your favorite restaurant? Okay, so these could be the sub questions related to the cue card. Okay, and they will give you 1 minute to prepare for it, and you have to speak on this topic for 2 minutes. Is it clear what's a cue card, guys?
Yes, madam.
Guys, I cannot hear.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
madam.
ma'am.
Okay, good. So
Ma'am,
now, yes,
do we have to stick to these questions only, or like we can have some other questions also?
no. You have to stick to these questions only. You cannot go out of these questions because otherwise it will show that you have gone out of the topic. And if you go out of the topic, then your bans will be deducted. So
Okay, no,
we
ma'am.
cannot.
What I am like to ask you, like, if I feel that in this four questions I won't able to speak up to 40 minutes, so could I include my questions also in this?
You don't have to speak for 40 minutes. You just have to speak for 2 minutes.
Okay,
Okay,
for
you
the cue
just,
card
I
part.
said, please see the duration of the exam is just 11 to 14 minutes. Then how can you speak for 40 minutes?
Okay,
Okay, the entire exam, which would include your introduction, the cue card, and counter questions related to cue card. Okay, all these three question types of your idle speaking will be covered in 11 to 14 minutes. Okay, so there is no way it would go on for 40 minutes. So please don't worry. You cannot speak for 40 minutes. Even being a teacher, I am not able to speak for 40 minutes. So that won't be a part in that way. Okay, it's just that you need to speak on these questions. You cannot go out of these questions. Okay, clear?
yes, ma'am, clear.
If you go out of the questions, you will be marked down, guys. So don't go out of the question. Okay, now counter questions. Because these counter questions, okay, your topic is related to food. Restaurant is serving food, right? So it is related to food. So counter questions also can be related to food. Like for example, they can ask you a question. Why is fast food in trend amongst the youngsters nowadays? Someone can answer? Isha, can you answer this question for me?
Yes,
Isha, are you there? Can you answer this question? Why is fast food in trend nowadays amongst the youngsters?
ma'am. Can you give me 2 minutes to prepare for it?
No. See, when it comes to counter questions, guys, you will not get time to prepare. Okay, it is like a one-to-one question answer session. A question will be asked to you, and they would expect you to answer. Okay, a question is being asked to you, and you are expected to answer. There will be no time frame given to you to answer your counter questions. I know it's for the first time, I completely understand, but I just wanted to give an example, so don't worry.
Ma'am, can I try
Okay?
this?
Yes?
The first is the fast food is less time consuming than the traditional
Uh-huh.
food we make at our home.
Correct?
And the traditional food takes a lot of spices and masalas to prepare. typical one dish. Then in the other hand, the fast food takes the very less ingredients to make a dish tasty than the traditional food.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yes, fine, perfect. See, when you are answering your counter questions, guys, keep in mind what they are going to mark you on. Okay, don't worry, I will send you send the entire pamphlet. Okay, what you need to take care of when you are doing your IELTS speaking. So I might not be able to type it so quickly. Okay, but I will send you the document. So don't worry about it. Okay, now they are going to mark you on certain parameters. Okay, so the first parameter that they will mark you on would be your coherence and cohesion. Okay, now what I mean by coherence and cohesion means that are you able to answer the question in a logical format? Okay, when I say a logical format means if I am speaking about my favorite restaurant, then my questions are already in a logical format. But when I have started speaking, what I have done is I have jumbled up my questions. My favorite restaurant is located on the OP road, which is the busiest and a very famous road of my town. The name of that restaurant is My Restaurant, and I like this restaurant because it serves very delicious food. But then I had visited this restaurant for the first time on my birthday when I moved to Vadodara. See, now where is the coherence over here? But the same thing, if people will be confused, people will not be able to get the exact information that they are looking for. But if I am saying that I have been to many restaurants and one of my favorite restaurant is My Restaurant, and I visited this restaurant for the first time on my birthday, and it is located on one of the very famous roads of my town called the OP road. And this restaurant is my favorite restaurant for many reasons. And to start with, the first reason for me for it to be one of my favorite is because of the taste. Okay, secondly, apart from the taste, the service is excellent. They make you feel very personalized with their service. You feel that you are at home. Moreover, the staff is very good and polite. They take care of smallest of your things, of your requirement that you need in the restaurant. The ambience is also very eye catching, and people would love to sit there for hours and enjoy the lunch or dinner, or maybe you can say they can enjoy the food. Apart from all these things, okay, the rates and the quantity are also very competitive as compared to the other restaurants. And for all these reasons, I find this restaurant to be one of my favorite restaurants. See, now my answer has gone in a flow. Okay, it goes that I am speaking very naturally. I am not making it as if that I have mugged up my answer. It is sounding like a conversation that I am having with my examiner. So this is how your speaking has to be. The examiner should not feel that you have mugged up your answers. So see to it that you are using good connectors. Okay, you are using good linking words. Okay, you are using good vocabulary. So the first and foremost thing that your examiner will mark you would be on coherence and cohesion. The second thing they will mark you on is your pronunciation. The next thing that they would mark you, okay, would be on the usage sorry, would be on your fluency. How well or how fluent you are in your language. Are you stopping on between, or you need to stop in between to think for your words? Are you fumbling? Are you hesitating? Okay, so these will be the parameters. Okay, fluency, then the grammar range, your lexical resource. Lexical resource. Lexical resource means the vocabulary that you are using. Okay, what is the level? Are you using low range? Are you using a medium range? Or are you using a high range of vocabulary? Apart from the lexical resource, lastly, uh, they will look for the content. The content, how good content do you have to speak about? If you have a good matter to speak, then of course your content is going to be very good. Okay, so here they are not going to, mark you down. Content is something like, say, out of 10 marks, it's just 1 mark, but the rest could be for all 2 marks. When I say over here grammar range, okay, is they will say whether how correct use of grammar, then the types of sentences that you are using. Are you using complex sentences? Are you using simple? Are you using compound sentences? So all these things, they will be, you know seeing to when it comes to your grammar. Are you using the forms of your verbs correctly? How about the prepositions? So all these things will be a part of your evaluation. Got it? Any doubts so far? Guys, any doubt?
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, in counter question part, one or two line would be enough, or what? What number of lines would
See,
be required to?
depending on the question. Okay, in mostly, see what happens, okay, when they are asking you the third part of the counter question, that is after the cue card. Okay, it is going to be a more of a detailed answer, but like in two, 3 or 4 sentences. But here, the complexity of questions will be a little more, because in the first set of questions, okay, which is the introductory questions, and from the cue card, they will be able to judge you for giving you band score around 6, 6.5. But the moment they want to give more band score, okay, above 6, 6.5, that's when these question sets come into picture. So these set of questions would be like would be expecting you to give more of explanation. So around 3 to 4 sentences is what they would expect you to write. Not to write, to speak, sorry. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Any other questions, guys, so far with what I have asked, explained you for speaking?
Ma'am, I have one.
Yes, please tell me.
Like when I speak, I use a lot of conjunctions. So is it
Conjunctions.
yeah? So it is okay, or do I have to form some specific sentences? Like if I
See,
am
using
stuck, I use
conjunctions,
and because yes, ma'am.
using conjunctions is a good sign. Okay, so you don't need to stop that. However, I would say that use a variety of conjunctions. Just don't use a few, like a few conjunctions which you have already been using. Okay, so use a variety of conjunctions, I would say. Okay, that would help you to form a variety of sentences. Do you know how many types of sentences are there, guys?
No, madam.
Any guesses, guys? How many types of sentences are there? No?
Interrogative and interrog-
No. No. There are four types of sentences. Okay, a simple sentence, a compound sentence, a complex sentence, and a compound complex sentence. Okay, so they are called the varieties of sentences, or you can say the types of sentences. And you are expected to use simple sentence, compound sentence, complex sentence, and compound complex sentence. Now, how do we form these sentences? Again, a story. So, again, it goes as a part of your grammar. Okay, so we'll do that later. But, or maybe I can just brief you later on. But let's go back to the speaking part first. So, this is what you will be marked on. These will be the parameters or you use for marking the speaking bands. Okay. Any doubts and parameters, guys? So when you're doing the speaking part, okay, you
No,
should have
ma'am.
a logical flow. Your pronunciation should be clear and correct. You should have a good fluency. You shouldn't be stopping in between. Okay, you should be using a good grammar and correct grammar. Lexical resource means you should be using good vocabulary if your target is above 6.5 band. And definitely the content has to be good enough. Okay, so keep in mind these parameters on which you will be mind, and if you are good with these parameters, you will be able to score your desired scores. Clear? Now, in these counter questions, whether it is counter questions after the cue card or counter questions for the introduction, there are two types of questions that you can be asked in the exam. Okay, what are those? Okay, how many types of questions I said? Two types of questions. Okay, the first form is a personalized question, and the second is a generalized question. Okay, now when I say a personalized question and a generalized question, what do you mean by a personalized question? Guys, what do you mean by a personalized question?
Questioning on the particular topic or to specific.
Okay, when I say a personalized question means they are seeking a personalized opinion. Okay, personalized opinion. And when I say a generalized question means a general opinion. Okay. Say if I ask you, Isha, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Isha, I am asking you a question. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
What type of television programs do you like to watch?
Okay. Um, uh, I like to watch RSTV, in which there are categories for science and tech, for political debates, for recent developments, for
Mhm.
programs like Merry Bharat, which inculcates tribes of our India, the indigenous people. It talks about indigenous people. Then
Mm-hmm.
it also covers recent current affairs, international relations, in which we are focusing mainly on the hot topics which are going on. And yeah,
Okay,
that's it.
fine. Pooja, are you there? Pooja.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
What type of television programs do people in your area like to watch?
For that, I have to do a survey kind of thing. Like, I don't know personally everyone who like.
Mm-hmm. See, a confusion now. See, the
Yes,
question
ma'am.
which I asked Isha was a personalized question, okay? So she was able to answer that question. That what type of, and she elaborated with all the information. But when I asked Pooja that what type of television programs do people like to watch in your area, she was confused. I have to go and ask. But do you think you will actually go and ask people in your area તમને કયો પ્રોગ્રામ જોવાનું ગમે છે શું program, because I need to know it for my exam, but we even don't know whether this question will be asked to me in my exam or not, correct?
No, ma'am.
So here you have to give a very wise answer. They will of course not judge you whether there will be no answer incorrect or there will be no answer which is correct, but they will of course judge you on whether you have understood the question or not. So in this case, if I say, well, it's really difficult to say that what type of television program that people watch in my area, but as far as I can guess, that they were few people would love to watch some kind of reality shows. Some would like to watch documentaries. Some would even love to watch some family drama. So,
Now,
and some would love to watch movies. So, I think these are some kind of programs that people would like to watch in my area. Yes, someone wanted to ask a question. Someone wanted to ask a question. Any doubts, guys? Between the personalized question and generalized question?
No, ma'am.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Lalit,
Yes, ma'am.
Lalit, are you able to understand whatever I am explaining you?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Or you want me to explain you in English? Sorry, in Gujarati.
हाँ मैडम.
ગુજરાતીમાં explain કરું કે it's fine in English?
ફાઇન મેડમ. ઇંગ્લિશમાં
Okay.
એક્સપ્લેન કરશો તો
How?
થોડુંક ઇમ્પ્રુવ થશે મેડમ એટલા માટે.
I will, of course, yes, I will. Okay, but the only thing is that you should be able to understand. And then I will, of course, speak in English. So that's not an issue.
ઓકે મેમ.
How about Deepak, Mayur, Dhaval,
Yes, ma'am. All clear.
Karan,
Yes.
Anchit? Karan?
Yes, ma'am.
Karan, are you okay? Anchit, are you okay? Dhaval?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Mayur?
Explain me any language.
Yes, ma'am.
No, no.
It's good with
Okay.
English.
Have you understood whatever I have taught?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Pooja, have you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
How about meat?
Yes, ma'am.
You understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So I am assuming that we all have understood. But please, guys, in case you have not understood something, and maybe you are shy to ask me over here, please you can message me, and I will explain you again. You ask me 10 times, I will explain you 10 times. I might go very slow in the beginning because this is the base. Okay, but right now I am going to spoon feed, but later on there will be no spoon feeding. Okay, so let's move to the other part. Okay, so hide. Can you see my screen, guys? So we know what is a personalized question and what is a generalized question now. So there will be questions asked to you where it would need your personalized response, and there would be questions which would need a generalized response. Okay, if I say, what is your opinion about war? So please don't tell me, ma'am, I have not experienced war, so I cannot answer your question. Please change and you can ask me some other question. No, the question will not be changed. Okay, you can ask the examiner to reframe the question and ask you, but the question will still remain the same. They will not change the question. The examiner will try to change or reform the question maybe once, twice, or thrice. But if you still don't understand, then the examiner will move to the next question, assuming that you have not understood that question. Okay, same thing with the cue card. Okay, guys, there will be no change in the cue card. Once the cue card has been asked, it will remain the same. So you cannot ask the examiner that I don't know anything about this cue card. So please change the cue card. They will not change it. But you have to answer. If the cue card has been asked you about an international trip that you have made, when was it? Where was it? What did you do on the trip? With whom did you go on the trip? So please assume, okay, we all have seen movies. And we all see કશું ના આવડે તો DDLJ. Please યાદ રાખો movie ના નામ. Okay, India થી Europe trip માં જાય છે. Remember what all she did and you can speak and just connect with the questions. So just have some kind of imagination. Okay, you cannot ask the examiner to say, okay, please, I have not understood. I don't know. I have not experienced it. So please, I cannot speak about this topic. Clear? Every experiences are for the first time, and we get these experiences first hand. We do not go in for these experiences in prior. Okay, so as and when it comes, we do experience it. Okay, any questions so far?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, tell me.
Madam, you just talk about that if you didn't experience it, but you have to speak it by imagination. So,
Hmm.
is it okay to accept the thing that saying to the faculties or whomever is standing in front of us that we didn't experience this, but from the medium I can explain about this.
Yes, you can. Well, I don't know much about it, but and then see, maybe QCAN has been asked to you with regards to a book that you have read recently, or a book that you have read recently. Okay, that's my Q card. So, which is it? What did you like about the book? What was the book all about? And would you recommend this book to your friends or not? And why? Okay, so I have not read any book recently. Say for exam, I don't like much reading, so I can always say that well, I am not a big fan of reading books, and I don't read books much. But here I would like to talk about one of the books which I had read while preparing for this exam of IELTS, and I came across a book called a book written by Mr. Parthish Thakkar, and he is one of the very old writers and an experienced writer when it comes to writing books on IELTS. And I had read this book when I was preparing myself to give this exam. And when I saw this book, I found this book to be very well organized, and it was answering mostly all the questions and queries what a new student, or maybe who is a student appearing for this exam for the first time. So this is, I would definitely recommend this book to my friends, and the reason is because a beginner who would who is planning to give exam for the first time, for them this book is very good because it is a collection of not only the cue cards which have been asked in the past exam, but also it has a good question bank of counter questions which you can expect to be asked by the examiner in the introductory part, or even in the counter question part. So see, though I have not read that book, okay, I just know about this book. I have not read it recently. Or maybe you can talk about any book that you have come across your studies also, some engineering book or whatever. કોઈ સ્ટોરી બુક જ કીધી હોય એવું જરૂરી નથી.
Okay.
Okay, talk about an adventure that you have experienced, or you had any talk about an adventure that you had gone on. Some might have not gone on an adventure. When I was a child, or maybe when I was in a college like you guys, તો બરોડા છોડીને કશે નથી ગઈ. I had never seen Anand. I had not seen Vidyanagar. આણંદ વિદ્યાનગર તો છોડો, કારેલી બાગ છોડીને અલકાપુરી બી નતું જોયું. So I had not seen. So if I have to talk about an adventure, it is next to impossible for me to speak. But then I have to have some imagination. Movies to જોયા જ છે. We all see movies. Do we all see movies, guys? Yes or no?
Yes.
Then simple. Okay, just try to have some imagination. Clear? Okay, when it comes to the cue card, guys, you have to follow the questions which have been asked to you in the cue card. If you do not follow those questions, okay, they will say that you have gone out of the topic and they will mark you down. So the best way, okay, to do your cue card always is to make a sun. Okay, I always tell my students that make a sun. Okay, what happens in the sun? Guys, any idea what happens in the sun? You know what do I do? See, this is my sun. Can you see my screen? Are you able to see my screen, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is my circle. Okay. Okay. Then I will make some rays like this, and I will write down over here in this center. Okay, I will write down about my favorite restaurant. My restaurant. So my favorite restaurant. The name of my restaurant. My favorite restaurant is my restaurant. And this is how I would make a sun. Okay, now about this restaurant, what I'll do is I will put things in between. Okay, I will say what is my first question. I will make a ray. Where is it? Okay, number two, where is it located? When did I visit for the first time? And why is it my favorite restaurant? And underneath all those rays, I will write down pointers. Okay, good service, good food, competitive price. Okay, so now in 1 minute, I can only do this exercise. I cannot do anything more. Okay, I can only make points. Okay, so when I am making points, okay, now I just need to construct sentences. Clear? Clear, guys? So this there will be one ray here, there will be one ray here, here, and I will point and I will make points. Very easy to do it. I will send you in the document what I do. So then you will not lose onto your coherence and cohesion. Okay, you will be able to follow. You will be able to go in the flow. Okay, and maybe in case fluency, some people are having a problem with fluency. Not some, but majority of the people. Okay, even if you have studied from an English medium school, you will have a problem with your fluency, and you will be saying a lot of you know. And to avoid that kind of situation, do loud reading. Do as much as loud reading. Okay, whenever you are practicing your cue cards, okay, practice it in a loud way. Okay, you can record your cue cards, you can send it to me in WhatsApp and tell me to give you a feedback, and I can give you a feedback. That's not a problem. Say you are preparing the exactly in the same way as an exam, that 1 minute you are preparing and then you are speaking for it for 2 minutes, and you send it to me, ma'am, please give me feedback, and I can do that for you. Okay, try to practice your cue cards in a loud way. Okay, when you feel that you're going to have a lot of they are called fillers, and if you think you're going to have a lot of problem with your fillers, instead of fillers, try to use linking words moreover. And to add further, I would also like to say, and that's how you start. Add your linking words. Say for instance, I am speaking on my cue card. I have made up my point, but somewhere, I forgot something. અને મને યાદ આવ્યું છે, but I'm missing onto it. So that time, don't stop. Okay, instead of stopping and creating a pause and a silence, use linkers. You can say that further to add, I would also like to say that so and so is like this, or maybe I would like to add to this, moreover, furthermore, in addition. You can use all these linkers, okay, to link your ideas. And of course, when you are speaking and you have forgotten something, try to make use of linkers rather than simply creating a pause or a silence. When you're ending your session, maybe your answer, see to it that the examiner is able to identify that now you are not going to speak anything further. So try to close your answer, try to close your cue card. Okay, try to do that. Just don't close it abruptly. Okay, do not close your cue card abruptly, do not end your answers abruptly, but try to close your or end your answers in a systematic way. Okay, any questions, guys?
No, ma'am.
Okay, say for example, you are preparing for your cue card. Okay, you are getting 1 minute to prepare for your cue card. In this, out of this 1 minute, you have spent 40 seconds on making points related to a particular thing. Okay, say I am talking about my restaurant, and I have made some points and I have invested 40 seconds. But now I think, no, you know what? I don't have much to speak about my restaurant. But in fact, I have something more to speak about Dawat. So, I want to speak about Dawat now. So, I will change everything. Please don't change everything from the beginning, but add your information of my restaurant and Dawat together, and speak it either for Dawat, because this is which I want to speak for. So, finally, speak for Dawat, but add your instructions or your ideas of my restaurant also to Dawat. Got it, guys? Any doubts? Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, I have one.
Sure.
Like as I said, I use more
Yes,
conjunctions,
please, ma'am.
but that thing also reflect in my writing also. Like when I'm writing, I'm not able to form sentences.
Okay, don't worry. When I am going to check your writing part, I will be giving you a personalized feedback.
Okay, thank
So
you.
we will be able to rectify. We all have a very common problem of not getting ideas to write. Okay, we are not getting many points to write. So how do we write? But don't worry, it will come.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So
Yes, ma'am.
any doubts, any questions so far? Yes, tell me. Anybody else wants to ask me any question, guys?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So we are done with the today's session. I will see you guys on Saturday. What time will keep the session on Saturday? 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock?
No, ma'am.
10, ma'am.
No, ma'am, because I
10?
have a lab session at that time.
Sorry?
I have lab session at that time.
Okay. Okay, so we'll have a normal class at 10 as we had last time. Okay. So see you
Madam,
guys next on. Hello. Yes.
ma'am, I have a lab session at that time.
What time?
9, 10 to 11.
10 to 11.
9 to 11.
Okay, 9 to 11. But then I cannot keep the class at 11 because it's going to be too late, because it's going to be for 3 hours. Then we will miss on our lunch and everything. But see what you can manage. I am not sure of how you want to coordinate, but you guys together can decide on what you want to do and let me know. Okay. So see you guys on Saturday.
Thank you, ma'am.
Pooja, please coordinate with these guys and let me know later. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Then thank you very much, everyone. Take
Thank you,
care
ma'am.
and see you soon. You take care. Bye, guys.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am,
See
thank
you.
Thank
you.
you.
Goodbye.
Welcome. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye bye.